When the flaring is flaring, I'm thinking, don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me. Don't worry. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zogie and I'm a Gemini, which is why this channel is called Zogie the Gemini. So today we're doing a get ready with me. I'm going to show you guys how I got this face. I'm going to be showing you guys an updated makeup routine, things that have changed, things I now start doing, how I do it, how I achieve in what I believe is a flawless face. And I'm going to be talking about my condition and my experience with dealing with HS. Guys, wait, let me go and see how to pronounce it because, whoa, English is not my first language. How I have dealt with having Hidradenitis Suppurativa. So if you want to know how it's been having HS, growing up with HS, diagnosed with HS, and when it comes to like the sexual aspect of it, the mental, the physical, then make sure you stay tuned, and whilst you're there, make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Now let's get into this video. Guys, let's get started. Do you know what is so much, yeah, regarding like my condition having, wait, hold on, let me go and see how you pronounce it because English is not my first language. Hidradenitis Suppurativa, right? So before I start doing my foundation, let me even tell you like the actual definition according to Google. So Hidradenitis suppurativa is a non-contagious chronic inflammatory skin disorder characterized by painful nodules, abscesses and scarring. The condition starts to develop with hair follicle blockage followed by rupture and inflammation. Hidradenitis suppurativa is not caused by infection or poor hygiene, and it's so crazy, yeah, that they literally have to put that because for me, growing up, yeah, and having, I didn't even know I had this condition. I can't lie, I thought I was just very fat. Because, you know, growing up obese, yeah, like severely obese, there's certain things that, like, I experienced, like excess sweating, so I had to be very careful with my hygiene. And, yeah, like, just, yeah, the hygiene aspect of things, clothes, So there's some things I kind of thought came with the territory, and boils was one of them. I just thought because of my size, that's why I have so many boils. I didn't really think of it as anything. You know what I mean? I didn't necessarily even think I had a condition. So anyways, I just kind of thought like that's just, yeah, the kind of life that's associated and given like the life I have to live, given the fact that, you know, I have excess weight on me. So guys, I've just mixed 3 foundations, and I don't know if I'm overdoing, because I don't really know if I need to mix these 3 foundations, but I like how it turns out. So I've got 2, so 2 of the 3 is L'Oreal True Match. One is a 12N, right, and the other one is 10N, and then I have the NARS LongWear foundation in Radiant, and this is in Namibia. So I mixed the 3, and then yeah, that's the basis. But yeah, so growing up, I always thought it was like normal for me to have boils, and I always hated it because with HS, yeah, where you get boils and where you get like abscess and stuff like that, it's always in such uncomfortable places, like such uncomfortable places. So normally it's underneath your arms, so essentially places that the sun doesn't really hit. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but basically just think of places that the sun don't really hit too tough. So obviously in between your thighs, some people experience like HS flare-ups on their belly, and then some people have it under the arms. Now, as I said, growing up, yeah, I always say to myself, oh, when I lose weight, you know, this condition will become better, because I actually just thought it was due to poor hygiene. And I didn't have poor hygiene, but I felt like, because like I was big, yeah, I just felt like, oh, I was never clean enough. Do you get what I mean? And the problem is that then made me overdo. Do you get what I mean? So you know when you don't really understand the condition, I was too embarrassed to say anyone. I said that I've never even told any of my friends and my family. If you choose that, I'm telling first. But that's in true ZOGIE'S fashion, I can't lie. So foundation is done. Now I'm going to use my first out of 3 concealers. So I use all of the concealers I'm going to use is Born This Way Too Faced. But the first colour I used is Spiced Rum. And this colour you're going to see, it's like not bang on my colour. Bang on my colour in Too Faced will be Cocoa. But it's not as bright as the other colours I'm going to use. So I use a colour closer to my shade before I then eventually start going like getting lighter and lighter in terms of like concealer colors. So anyway, so as I was saying, yeah, so just imagine now you're experiencing like boils and you're just like raw, like it's because I'm dirty and it's because I'm really big. What you would do and what I done in response, yeah, was just like I'm having multiple showers. I'm using like really strong not strong chemicals, but you know, like even soap, certain soaps you shouldn't use down there, not even just in your vulva, but like just in that region in general, like you should just avoid using certain things. So I'm using things that says like, you know, like Dettol, like not, I didn't use Dettol, but you know how Dettol is supposed to be like really strong on the skin, remove any like skin conditions. So I'm using like really harsh chemicals, and surprise, surprise, they were thrown off the balance and they were not helping. And I didn't understand, because I was just like, if I'm having boils here, if I'm having this skin condition, I knew it was a skin condition, I just didn't know what it was when I was younger. So I'm thinking, I know I have a skin condition, but the fact it comes like it doesn't just happen, and it's never happened, it like reoccurs. It's not that reoccurring, but let's say like once every 4 months, every 3 months. But the fact is, it's not going away forever. So I'm thinking, okay, let me just start using like stronger chemicals. I done all of that and my body started reacting to it. So I didn't really understand what was going on. It's when I just said, okay, cool. When I lose weight, I literally said to myself, when I lose weight, this will not be a thing anymore, because evidently this is caused by just how big I am. That's why I have this reoccurring boils. Like it's never that my cases were never like too drastic. So I know with HS a lot of times, yeah, like basically it can create a tunnel, yeah, where it kind of connects different boils. So that's where like some people in the infected site, they can have like 3 or 4 active boils. Mine never connected. There was never a tunnel that connects the two. I would only literally have like 2 at a given time, but different parts of my, so maybe one under my arm and then one down there. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, cool. It has to be something to do with this cleanliness. So anyways, so I'm just like, okay, cool. Let me now lose weight. Obviously, looking at me, you guys can see I'm still big, yeah? But I'm not where I was before. So when I then thought, I would say losing weight, it did reduce. Like the occurrence of it did reduce. But it did not go away. It still has not gone away. And it's only till I went to the GP, yeah, because I'm like, nah, this don't make sense. I thought, you know, I'll lose the weight and then it'll never reoccur. But it did reoccur. It may not have been as persistent as it wasn't persistent. It may not be as frequent as it was before. Like it dropped, it went from happening every 2 months to maybe happening every 4 to 5 months. So even though the regularity is not there anymore, it's still there. But anyways, I go to the GP now, right? Guys, I've kind of blended up my concealer a bit more. I leave like the under eye till last because I really want that to set. And also in every stage, you guys probably have noticed, I use the Morphe setting spray. So anyways, I go to the GP now, yeah. So obviously, I'm thinking, yeah, this doctor definitely knows what she's talking about, So the doctor is looking at me, yeah. She's looking at my leg. And then she's looking at... she's looking at me, she's looking at the computer. Then she's now typing in, has boil on the left side of a region of private. I'm thinking, bro, I could have done that myself. But anyway, so she now typed it into a database and she was just like, I suspect you may have Hidradenitis Suppurativa, but she's like, your case is just very mild, because she was looking at, she got up like pictures of obviously people that have the condition, and she's like, you don't have like the tunnels that's connecting, you don't have it like, at that time I didn't have any under my arms, you don't have any scarring, but I do think you do have it, and then you just have a very mild case of it, because yeah. So anyways, I was just like, okay, cool, because before I even went to the GP, I had like done some research, and that's what Google was telling me also. So, but the way she said it, yeah, she just, the GP just didn't say it with certainty. So I'm thinking, you think? Are you sure? But there's nothing else that could explain what was going on. So she's like, I'm like 99% sure, yeah? So cool. Anyways, I then do further research here, and I'm trying to find out, okay, what does a mild case of HS look like? And then I remember I saw one TikTok, and I'm like, okay, cool, I do think I have this condition. But do you know what is weird, yeah? There was one time I went to the GP, and that was just, I think that was to do my smear test, yeah? To do a smear test. And I must have just asked, and obviously this is a different nurse, no. Is it a nurse or doctor that does a smear test? I don't know. But yeah, this was a different, let's say medical practitioner. I was like, oh, that whilst you're there, at that time, I didn't actually have any active flare-ups. But I'm like, this is something that sometimes happens. And then she's now looking, yeah. Then she's like, you don't have HS. Like, you don't, maybe you just got a boil, but you don't have it. I'm thinking, so who's now? I don't, who is now? Which one is now? Do you get? Like, I'm like, one person is saying, and it's the way like the doctor even said you don't have it. So she's looking, but I'm just like, no, I don't have any active flare up right now. So she was now saying, oh, just because, like, she's just like, just because it happened, she's like, if you had HS, you would definitely have scarring. But then when I had checked on Google before, even Google was just like, people that have mild cases, you don't always get scarring. Do you get what I mean? You don't always get scarring. So anyways, I'm just like, boy, at this point, I mean, I know. So then anyways, I continued with life, yeah. And there was a time, I don't know if you guys remember, I got into waxing. Yeah, I started getting waxed and stuff like that, because I just felt like waxing really, hold on guys, sorry, yeah, I found a brush. So I got into waxing, yeah, so I started getting down there waxed, right? And then I remember the first time I got waxed, everything was fine. Then a couple of days later, what? No. The way my body was reacting to it, yeah, I was like, I even messaged the girl, I was like, is it supposed to be like this? Like, the way, like, my body, like, I started getting, like, flare-ups. And then she was just like, yeah, it's normal for your body to be sensitive after, but even after a few weeks, guys, I was still suffering with flare-ups. So I'm just like, and I messaged her again, then she was just like, oh sis, I can't lie, for the first week, maybe like, yeah, your body's sensitive, but for you to still be having flare-ups weeks after getting waxed, like, she's just like, I don't know. She's like, I don't know if that's because of waxing, like, yeah. So she was just like, boy, that's between you and God. I hear it. Fair enough. So at that time, I then went to the GP, and I then happened to go to the same woman who said, no, you don't have HS. So at that time, like, I was proper flared and blah, 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 blah. It was a lot. So then that's when I was like, oh yeah, I'm here because I recently had waxing. So she's now looking at it, then she's just like, oh, like, I'm really sorry, but yeah, I do think you have HS. I was like, okay, thank you. Even though when the way she was so dismissive when I first told her, oh, a doctor told me, she's like, what doctor? Who? Hair in this practice? Like, yes bitch, hair in this practice. But anyway, so yeah, so it just felt so like relieving to know that, okay, at least I know like what I'm dealing with. Do you get what I mean? And then she then explained a bit more, and I was explaining to her like, Bro, I'm clean. Like, I'm clean. I know I'm clean. I'm set good like an ice in a freezer. Like, why is this happening? And she's just like, as Google says, HS has nothing to do with hygiene. Like, it's not caused by bad hygiene. It's literally like how your body processes. It's a skin condition. And obviously, as it says, it's a chronic one. And I don't know if there's any cure to it. So anyways, at that point, it was just nice to know that at least I know what I'm working with. Guys, I've started to do my blush. I'm using the Made by Mitchell blush. So the first thing I do, I feel like this light is a bit too bright. Hold on. So yeah, hopefully, is this better? I don't know. Okay, let me brighten it a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, I used the Made by Mitchell, I don't know what it's called, curve case. And I've just used Cowlick. So I do that, and then I'm going to go back in with maple and butterscotch. So I used, do my foundation, do one set of concealer that was spiced rum. Then I used the Made by Mitchell Cowlick blush, and then I go back in with another concealer, which you guys will see now. So I've done the concealer now. So in the inner corner, it's butterscotch. So I don't know if you guys can see, but one of the concealers actually lighter than the other. In the inner corner, that's butterscotch, and then the outer part, that is maple. So I've done that all over my face. So I do this, and then I'm gonna put spray it with Morphe just again, because just to make sure that foundation stays in place. But anyway, so when that same doctor who initially said you don't have HS, like, I've never really needed validation from anyone, but I don't know, like, I feel like, you know, when you're not really sure what's going on, and then two different doctors say two different things, I'm just like, okay, who do I believe? So when she was just like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, you do actually have it, even though it's just like, okay, cool, this is truly something I have, at least I just felt better, because at least you know what you're working with. Because you know when the lady was just like, oh, you don't have it, even in as much I'm like, okay, my research shows that I do have it, but I'm thinking, okay, maybe this other doctor knows what she's talking about, and the first doctor didn't know what she was talking about. But anyway, so then what I then started doing, I just started doing like more research to find out about the condition, and then just seeing how much it impacts people. And what even inspired me to do this whole get ready with me, even though, as I said, I've never told anyone, but with YouTube I'm not telling first, is because I saw one video, and then the girl was basically talking about how having HS, I think her the severity of her one is like quite high. I don't know what it's called, like there's mild, moderate and severe. Like, yeah, it's severe, because she was basically saying one of her worst scenarios is when she goes to hotels. And that got me thinking, because I'm like, huh, what do you mean when you go to hotels? But she's just like, no, like, she hates going to hotels because of the white sheets, and she essentially has to do like drainage. I've never had to like do any drainage, because naturally it goes by itself, and as I said, normally it's like maybe 2-3 at max that come every few months. So it's never been a case. So I normally just wait for it to go and keep the area clean, and just do like what essentially Google says to do when you have an active flare-up with HS. But obviously with her, the amount of like abscess and boils she gets is a case where she can't even just wait for it to naturally go, because it's like she had her case where it had the tunnels, you know, I'm telling you about the tunnels where it connects with each other. So it's almost like, it's not like just one massive boil, but you can see the interconnectedness with each one. So she has like patches that she puts underneath her arms and near her thighs and stuff. And yeah, just kind of see her talk about it, I was like, bro, you are so, or sis, sorry, like, you are so brave. Like, and even I never knew it was a case where it could be so severe to the case where, like, and someone, obviously you guys know on my channel that I travel quite a bit, yeah, and just like, I travel quite a bit, and I've never had to really think of, oh, I've never had to worry about, oh, I'm scared of, obviously, you know, even lying comfortably in this bed, because I'm going to essentially leak all over the bed.
What's poppin', y'all? It's your girl Ma, and I am in Los Angeles, California. I'm so excited to be here. The sun is sunny, the views are immaculate, but I'm gonna tell you what's not immaculate. Girl, I be stressing every time I hit the bed. So we all know I have a condition called Hidradenitis Suppurativa, and sometimes like I will drain out from my flare-ups, and I got this big old shirt on, so I've been okay for the most part. I don't feel like putting those bandages on. Like the constant boom bam and boom bam, I ain't got time for all that. What I had to do, I had to improvise. So I have my like sweatshirt, and I put my sweatshirt down, and I've been trying to like, actually, you know, I'm gonna demonstrate it. This is literally what I've been doing the whole trip. I had to start bringing blankets with me, but my suitcase, I only have a carry-on and like my personal item. I can't fit a big old like blanket in there. There's white towels, white rags, white, you know, towels that I have to put on the floor to step out on. White sheets and towels are always gonna be in hotels. Like, that's just, you know, that's just a style, but like, I'd be stressed. Like, I even take off white. At least I have my shirt to catch it. At least I had something laying on the bed. But other than that, the hotel is fine. I feel so fancy. I feel like a celebrity.
So just seeing that that's the reality of some people that have HS, I'm just like, okay, cool, let me make this video, yeah. Obviously there's content creators who like kind of dedicated their content towards it. That's not something I would ever do, but given the fact that every time I look on the internet, the content creators that I've seen, they've had quite severe cases of HS. And as I mentioned to you guys, I know my case is mild, but at the end of the day, it still impacts me because I never know when it's coming. I never know when it's coming. I've stopped waxing. I've stopped waxing. Even when it comes to shaving, I'm very careful with what I use. I always make sure the product is not something that will like really irritate my skin. But nonetheless, like, I think the hardest bit of having HS is not having control over it. And if someone like, let's say, I'm not like, okay, let me put this out there, yeah. I'm not like the most sexually active person. But at the same time, it's like, let me just say that I'm not the most sexually active person. But having a condition where, like, you get flare-ups and stuff sometimes, and you don't know when it's coming, like, you guys can understand why that will be a problem. So, obviously, like, guys, I don't really want to talk about HS and, like, sexually, no. But what I would say is just, like, having to, like, I've never had to explain to anyone. So, okay, there was at one point I had a boyfriend, right? And he was, like, mad understanding, yeah? But we never really spoke about it. But it's just awkward. Do you get what I mean? It's just awkward. Because it's like trying to explain to a guy, and I'm just like, it's like, I don't want to talk about it, but at the same time, it's like, I don't want him to think how I thought, which is, oh, it means you're unclean. Do you know what I mean? Like, it means that you don't know how to take care of yourself, because that wasn't the case at all. So I remember one time, yeah, I just sent him a link. I just sent him a link. I didn't say anything to him. He's never mentioned it. He never said anything. As I said, like, my case is not too bad. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, sometimes I do have flare-ups. Even though it's not regular, I do have a flare-ups. And sometimes, one time I had a flare-up. So I literally just sent the link to him. I was like, I can't, like, I'm shy, like, I can't, like, sit down and talk, like, why sometimes, like, I'm kind of, like, not, I'm just, like, he always thought it was because I wasn't confident. Like, he's like, I don't understand, sometimes you're confident, sometimes you're not confident. I think, bro, it's not because I'm not confident, it's because the flaring is flaring up. Do you get me? So when the flaring is flaring, I'm thinking, don't touch me, bro. Don't touch me. Don't worry. Oh God, I don't have the control over it. It's not like I'll be like, yeah, next week. I can't be saying to my HS, yeah, do you mind coming next week? Like, yeah. When I'm like less busy. Obviously it comes when it wants to come. So guys, I'm gonna set my face now. So since this is as far as I go when it comes to setting my concealer. I like when it's still like a bit wet. So before I used to like really blend the hell out of it. Now I don't, and I always use powder puffs to blend like lighter concealers because powder puffs are beautiful. I get like a pack from Shein. I think this is a pack of 24, 50p. 50 or 70p, not more than 100, no, mine said 100, not more than £1. I would hugely recommend powder puffs. So now I go in with my first setting powder, which is Huda Beauty Blondie. When I'm doing it, I've learnt off TikTok here, always press, before you put on your face, press it out. And I also learned to do this if you have smile lines. It looks so weird. And guys, I always put setting powder on my neck because obviously my neck is darker than my face. And even though it's not going to make it like exactly the same, at least let it like, yeah, let me at least try to balance out the scores. As I was saying, yeah, I literally just sent him the link to the article, yeah, and then he was just like, oh, what did you send me? I was like, bro, just read it, like, just read it. And then he was just like, oh, it's just why sometimes you're just like, yeah, like move. And I'm like, yeah, essentially. And then he was just like, no, that's fine. Like, I knew like it's nothing to do with cleanliness because of just how you are as a person. And just kind of like hearing that, I'm just like, okay, cool. Because bro, mate, because obviously even though you know as a person, and through research obviously tells you and lets you know that, you know, no matter how clean you are, if you have HS, you have HS. And that's the reality of it. No, like, no matter how good your hygiene is, it's just something, you know, you have. And it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Literally. Do I wish I didn't have it? Definitely. But am I in tears about it? 100% no. So yeah, anyways, like, just, I think a large part of me, yeah, just wants to give hugs and kisses to the younger part of me that thought, oh, don't worry, like, when you lose weight, things are gonna change. I just wish I could tell her, like, it's not about even your weight like that. It's not because, you know, you're not cleaning yourself. All those, like, harsh chemicals that you were using was just so unnecessary. Like, even using such harsh chemicals on places that is already sensitive used to hurt me. So it actually used to burn. But I'm like, yeah, like, the burning sensation is good because that really, you know how Nigerians will be like, if it's burning, it's working. Nigerians will be like, if it's burning, if that shit is burning, just know it's working. But I just wish I knew more at that age and just wasn't so ashamed to, like, speak out about it. But even like my mom, like, she knows nothing about even though now she knows that I have it, but she doesn't know anything about the condition. So I'm even thinking, even if I did say something early on, but I guess she would have taken me to the GP. So she would have taken me to the GP, and then at least the GP would have explained to her what it is. Do you know what I mean? Explain to her and also explain to me. So right now I'm putting on blush. I'm using the Milani. The front has removed, but yeah, this is the Bella Rosa. I absolutely love this blush. It's like not too much. It's not too much whatsoever. So guys, I just done my eyeshadow. I don't even know if you guys can see the eyeshadow because I keep it so basic. I use this Huda Beauty palette, like the old, what's it called, Desert Dusk, and I use the color Oud. As you can see, mate, I use it a bit too much for that. It's gone. And then I go on top of it with this color called Saffron. Literally in every single video, I don't even by accident switch up. Not even by accident do I switch up. Those are definitely like my usual go-to. So now I'm just gonna use some highlighter. But yeah, so as I was saying, like, I just wish I could tell my younger self, like, I just wish I was more informed about what was going on with my body, and just like knowing that it had nothing to do with like, oh, I wasn't clean enough, or it's because I'm too big. Obviously, I do think your size does play some part, but then at the same time, not really. Do you get what I mean? Like, the size is not a like, just because you're big doesn't mean you're gonna have HS. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of big people that do not have. Even my mom's big. She doesn't have it. Do you get what I mean? But I know that there's some type of correlation, because what causes flare up is the hair blockage. And I guess, I don't even know. Like, I don't really know the science behind it. But yeah, so just kind of like living with that, and living with having HS in secret, for me was just like, yeah, it was kind of suffocating when you have something and you're not really understanding why you have it, and you don't really want to talk to anyone about it. It just makes you feel like a prisoner in your own head. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, for now, I've put on, it's to where I'm going between two very serious subjects. I'm going between HS and doing my face. Anyway, so I use the MAC, I think this is something deposit, just to put on my nose and my, like, collar brow. I think, not collar brow. Man, I don't know. But anyways, now I'm gonna set my face with this Super Fix Revolution. I love this. I love this more than the one size. I have the one size setting spray, but somewhere, don't know where it is right now, but I have it. But I love this. I love how my foundation comes, not foundation, my makeup looks once I have it. I don't know if anyone else does it, but I always like spray. Wait, am I supposed to shake this? No, I'm not. I always like put it far, spray, and just to make sure, you know. This is literally my second bottle. Literal second bottle. I got it the other day. But yeah, so now I know so much more about the condition. So guys, I've done my lips, as you can see, and I haven't done anything else. The last stage I'm gonna do, I normally, so you thought I set my face with the Makeup Revolution setting spray, and because I know my under eye is bright already, and I know you're probably thinking, okay, your under eye is bright, it could be brighter. It can be brighter. So this is normally my last step to go in with Patrick Star one size. This is in a color oh, do I have translucent? I didn't know I had a translucent. Swear. But yeah, this is the translucent. Actually, I should have known it was translucent from when there's no pigment on it at all. Why am I surprised? But I just love what it does for my I keep saying foundation, but I love what it does for my under eye. Can I do without it? 100%. 100%. Because you're gonna see it didn't make that much of an impact. But I just love how it like ties the makeup up and everything. I think I'm pretty much done. Hopefully you guys can really see the face. Even though my braids are old, let's, you know, mind your business. It's the face card we are looking at today. So yeah, that is my updated makeup routine. But just to wrap up the conversation with HS, having it started since I was like 14, 13, and being in secondary school and not knowing what's going on. Mate, there was just too many things going on. Like, you know, you guys know I've always been very big, so dealing with like being big, dealing with hygiene, dealing with like having random boils and flare-ups, I'm just like, what is this? Like, am I God's strongest soldier? But at least now I know what it is like, having gone to the doctor, even though there's like a initial disparity between the doctors as whether I have it or not, but knowing that like I've actually been diagnosed as having it, and seeing online like just various women and what they go through and how they manage it. Right now I'm not doing anything to actively manage it, only because it's just like, I can't lie, I don't want to do anything to aggravate it. I'm a very big believer in sometimes leave things alone. Yeah, because of my case being mild, I don't want to then start using all these like products to try and combat something to try and get rid of it, because like as the doctors explained, you can't necessarily fully get rid of it. It's a lifelong condition, but you can obviously manage it by like trying to eat healthy. But I do think generally my lifestyle change has helped it. I'm not saying that you definitely need to lose weight that will get rid of it, because it didn't get rid of it, but what I can say is me losing weight did reduce how many times it like occurs. As I said before, it used to, I will have like a flare up every 2 months, and then now it's like maybe once every 4 months, 5 months, actually no, not 5 months, every 4 months, and then the actual boil will last maybe for a couple of weeks and then it will go. Currently I don't have any scarring. But yeah, so that's my life with HS. That's how it's been with HS. I wanted to bring this and talk to you guys about it because I know that it's something, I can't lie, seeing so many people talk about it gave me the courage to talk about it, I can't lie. And I definitely wanted to like try and reach out to maybe people that you have similar symptoms but you don't know what it is, especially when you go online. It's so easy for when you go online and you look at other people that have hidradenitis suppurativa, other people that have HS, and you're just like, but mine is not as bad as theirs. Like I don't have like the tunnels and the abs, I don't have all of that. Do you get what I mean? So for me it's easy to kind of delude yourself like, oh, you don't have it, but you know, in my case I did have it. I just have a very mild case, like it's just not that bad. But at the same time, having boils and having like flare-ups and you cannot control it, that's something. And obviously, you know, if you have a romantic partner and you don't really know how to explain to them like, I am clean, you know, I'm clean, I smell clean, everything is clean, but you know, the right person will understand. And yeah, so that's everything. Thank you so much for watching the video, guys. I hope you guys like the makeup. I don't know if I should put my hair up or put my hair down. Let me know what you guys think down below. This is how my hair looks whilst it's down. What do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer it up or down? So anyways, I'm gonna go, no, back to what I was saying. Do you like it up or down? Let me know. Just say up or down below. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, then let me know that in terms of like, maybe there's some topics of HS that I haven't touched upon, then let me know down below, and I will love and leave you. I know this is a get ready with me because I know this video is going to be long. You already know I'm going to tell you to please leave a heart down below. It doesn't matter what color the heart is, just leave a heart down below so that I know you watched the video to the end, so I can show you love, because you're showing me love. Anyways, if you haven't liked the video yet, go and like it please. Subscribe, share it with a friend that may have HS or not, they're not too sure, you know, just you know, see what my experience has been like. So anyways, let me stop talking and I'll see you guys later. Bye.